What's up, guys? I'm going to be reading Proverbs 16 today. I've been in the book of Proverbs recently, and it's just been crazy wisdom that God is smacking on me, and I'm trying to share it with you guys. So we're going to start here. I'm doing a Proverbs of the Day series every day for the month of April. I'm going to try and post one proverb, a verse from Proverbs, because they're all bangers, bro. Like I'm telling you, we're going to read this, and you're going to be like, wow, this is awesome. So let's just start here. Proverbs 16:1. We can make our own plans, but the Lord gives the right answer. Immediately, right off the bat, there's some wisdom. God's plans for us are greater than the plans we have for ourselves. And I know a lot of times it's hard to believe that or really see it through. But it is true. A lot of times we'll pray for something, and then if we receive it, we'll turn our back on God and kind of just ignore Him. And if we don't receive it, we get mad. It's pretty hypocritical, but God knows what's best for us, guys. So when you ask for something in prayer, don't just assume it's going to be a yes. No is also an answer. So let's keep reading here. People may be pure in their own eyes, but the Lord examines their motives. Commit your actions to the Lord, and your plans will succeed. The Lord has made everything for His own purposes, even the wicked for a day of disaster. The Lord detests the proud, they will surely be punished. Unfailing love and faithfulness make atonement for sin. By fearing the Lord, people avoid evil. When people's lives please the Lord, even their enemies are at peace with them. Alright guys, I know that's a lot to take in. I could literally break down every single one of these verses and say something about it, but I don't want this video to be 4 hours long. I'm trying to keep it kind of short. So I'm just going to talk about that Proverbs 16 verse 7, that last one we read. When people's lives please the Lord, even their enemies are at peace with them. Guys, if you're tight with the Lord, you got a good relationship with Him, you're going to be embodying that. Pardon the voice crack there.
Embarrassing!
You're going to be embodying that. You're going to be showing that off. Just through your love and kindness you show to others, to your brothers and sisters in Christ. If I'm going to the club and I'm drinking and I'm partying it up, getting drunk, are people going to think I'm following God? No. So my enemies, they're not going to respect me. They're going to think I'm a fool. Not that I care what other people think, but what this is saying is their enemies are at peace with them. Because if you're cool with the Lord, you don't really care what other people think about you. And people notice that. People admire that. And a lot of people get jealous of that. But if we just are demonstrating love and kindness to everyone, guys, good results happen. And no matter what, someone's going to have a problem with it. Someone's always going to have a problem with you. But there's a verse, know that if the world hates you, it hated me first. Talking about a little Jesus Christ action there. Jesus was literally a perfect man, and He got crucified on a cross. So that says all you need to know about that. But let's continue, guys. Proverbs 16:8. Better to have little with godliness than to be rich and dishonest. We can make our plans, but the Lord determines our steps. Guys, we're just dropping bars here. We can make our plans, but the Lord determines our steps. This is literally what I needed, because I was really thinking about all these plans I had for myself, and I was asking God what to do. It's literally saying God knows what's best for us, and God is going to do what is best for us in our perfect timing. So we cannot force something that is not meant for us, guys. The king speaks with divine wisdom. He must never judge unfairly. The Lord demands accurate scales and balances. He sets the standards for fairness. A king detests wrongdoing, for his rule is built on justice. The king is pleased with words from righteous lips. He loves those who speak honestly. The anger of the king is a deadly threat. The wise will try to appease it. When the king smiles, there is life. His favor refreshes like a spring rain. How much better to get wisdom than gold and good judgment than silver? Guys, a lot of the things we want in this life are materialistic. They're things in this world. You want the new Xbox, you want some new clothes, you want some new shoes, you want some more money. It says, Proverbs 16:16, how much better to get wisdom than gold and good judgment than silver. If we're reading our word, the word of God, that's priceless. And if we're just being, good and faithful to God, that's going to be good judgment. And God notices that. So obviously we're not perfect. We're going to slip from time to time. But it's really just replacing that sin and bad habit you do with something good. So, say every night I was scrolling on websites I shouldn't be scrolling on. Replace that time with reading the Bible. Like, it's just stuff like that is going to benefit us. The path of the virtuous leads away from evil. Whoever follows that path is safe. Pride goes before destruction, and haughtiness before a fall. Better to live humbly with the poor than to share plunder with the proud. Those who listen to instruction will prosper. Those who trust the Lord will be joyful. The wise are known for their understanding, and pleasant words are persuasive. Discretion is a life-giving fountain to those who possess it, but discipline is wasted on fools. From a wise mind comes wise speech. The words of the wise are persuasive. Kind words are like honey, sweet to the soul and healthy for the body. There's a path before each person that seems right, but it ends in death. Guys, like I said, every single one of these verses is saying something that is very important. But if I sat here and broke it down, this video would probably be 2 hours long. And to be completely honest with you, some of it I don't really fully understand. But Proverbs 16:25 here, there's a path before each person that seems right, but it ends in death. I believe what that's saying is that there are different paths we can choose, guys. And, a lot of times sin is tempting. Sin is always tempting. It's tempting to go do it, but it leads to death. If we keep going on that path of sin, it's going to end with death. Like, spiritually dying. A lot of times I get tempted to go to the bar and drink with some buddies, but what happens when I do that? I get drunk, I feel like poop the next day, I make bad decisions, I do things I regret, and I just distance myself from God. So does that sound like it's filling us up with life and joy? No, that's leading straight to death. I also saw this other thing about the clubs and bars. It's like a church for the devil, and let me explain why. You pay an entry fee, like $20 or something. That's kind of like the offering. And then they play secular, sinful music, and you dance to it, you move around. That's literally, what do you do in church? What do you do in church? You sing worship music, and you usually, you don't have to, but you can give an offering at the end to the church. Like, bro, that was crazy when he put it in perspective for me like that. So, think about that next time you get tempted to go out to drink or something like that. But let's continue. It is good for workers to have an appetite, and empty stomach drives them on. Just keep working hard, Keep working hard at your job, in school, and just to be the best person you can be. It's going to pay off. God will bless you. Scoundrels create trouble. Their words are a destructive blaze. A troublemaker plants seeds of strife. Gossip separates the best of friends. Guys, if you're talking bad about someone, I've done this a lot. Talked bad about, one of my boys, it gets back to him, and now there's a problem, and it's my fault for talking badly about them. If you really have a problem with someone, just talk it out with them. Like, it's that easy. Or you can pray to God about it, like, God's here for you. No, you shouldn't be, disrespecting the person. Like, yo, God, I hate this dude. First of all, hate is seen as murder in God's eyes, and the more you talk bad about people, you think it's going to make you feel better, but it doesn't. Like, I talk bad about people. I've been trying not to, but, I'll be honest, it happens, and I just feel worse. Like, I just have a negative attitude, so I've definitely been trying to stop that. Violent people mislead their companions, leading them down a harmful path. With narrowed eyes, people plot evil. With a smirk, they plan their mischief. Gray hair is a crown of glory. It is gained by living a godly life. Better to be patient than powerful. Better to have self-control than to conquer a city. We may throw the dice, but the Lord determines how they fall. Oh my goodness. When I read that verse, I was literally like, I was freaking out. I was like, oh my gosh, it's so cool. It's the coolest thing I've ever read. We may throw the dice, but the Lord determines how they fall. Oh my goodness. That's basically just like the first verse we read. We can make our own plans, but the Lord gives the right answer. Guys, God knows what's best for us, and He's going to do what's best for us. So we may want to go do this thing, but the Lord has perfect timing, and we need to trust in His plan. He's going to make it happen. So guys, I know this was kind of sloppy all over the place, but I encourage you to go read Proverbs for yourself, because you could probably take away something new every time you read it. And there's just so much wisdom in here, and to be honest, I'm just giving you interpretations of what I think the verses mean. I don't know for sure, but I just know that reading the Bible for yourself is really completely different. Like watching videos and listening to podcasts and stuff is good, but when you read it for yourself and you pray to God for like wisdom and knowledge and to understand the word, it really, starts to do things. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Have a blessed day.